rainbow, way up high. There's a land that I've heard of once in a lullaby. Someday wish upon a star, wake up the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like lemon drops, high above the chimney top. That's where you will find me. Kalehua, halelehua, no yana kanoe, o kaunoia, anoi nei, halia nei, hoio kahiki mai, hiki mai no lua, hiki puno me ke aloha, aloha 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 May and Christopher, the Oli Aloha is a chant which offers a word of greeting. It says in part, this is the sight for which you have longed. Now that you are here, love has come. Aloha and welcome. We are here to celebrate your marriage. This day you have chosen to affirm your love for each other with the spoken words and with the sharing of symbols. May and Chris, marriage is a commitment to life, to the best that two people can find and bring out in each other. It offers opportunities for sharing and growth no other human relationship can equal. A physical and emotional joining that is promised for a lifetime. Within the circle of its love, marriage encompasses all of life's most important relationships. A wife and a husband are each other's best friend, confidant, lover, teacher, and listener. Yeah, there may come times when one partner is ailing or heartbroken, and the love of the other will bring a healing and a steadfastness of a sturdy foundation that allows the marriage covenant to be established. Marriage deepens and enriches every facet of life. Happiness is fuller, memories are fresher, and commitment is stronger. Marriage understands and forgives the mistakes that life is unable to avoid, and yet it encourages and nurtures new life, new experiences, and new ways of expressing love through the seasons of life. When two people pledge to love and care for each other, they seem to create a spirit unique to themselves, which binds them closer than any spoken or written words. Marriage is a promise made in the hearts of two people who love each other, and this will take a lifetime to fulfill. May and Chris, flower leis are a symbol of love here in Hawaii. They are also a symbol of things that are fragile and temporal. A flower lei may last a day or two and it's gone. Our lives are like the lei within the span of eternity. Therefore, May and Chris live with tender consideration for each other. Love one another and your marriage will last. May the leis that you now offer each other be recognized for the love that you have for one another. And at this time, I'd like to ask Chris to present May with her flower lei. Yes. Oh, and May, please present Chris with his. Yes. Well, continue holding hands while I ask you to declare your intentions for each other. Christopher?
I am first.
Well, let me ask you your intention and then you can go ahead. Christopher, will you take May to be known as your wife? If so, please say I promise. I mean, I do.
I do. I promise I do.
May, do you wish for Christopher to be known as your husband? If so, please say I do.
I do.
Christopher and May, do you promise to let your love for each other grow as it will and as it must, so that in the years to come you will renew your acceptance, your understanding, and your trust of one another? If so, please say we promise.
We promise.
Thank you. And now at this time,
No, sorry, I jumped the gun. This is me first, is it?
Christopher and May would like to share their wedding vows with each other.
Yeah, I couldn't think of anything to say myself, so I borrowed it from a poem. I want to be your vacuum cleaner, breathing in your dust. I want to be your Ford Cortina, I will never rust. If you like your coffee hot, let me be your coffee pot. You call the shots, I want to be yours. I want to be your raincoat for the frequent rainy days. I want to be your dreamboat when you want to sail away. Let me be your teddy bear, take me with you anywhere. I don't care, I want to be yours. I want to be your electric meter, I will not run out. I want to be the electric heater you'll be cold without. I want to be your setting lotion, hold your hair in deep devotion. I don't care, I want to be yours.
Thank
Been
you.
right.
This time May would like to say wedding vows.
I've borrowed bits and pieces as well. To the world, you are one person, but to me, you are my world. You're the ground that supports me, the sunshine that makes me smile, and the stars that light my path when it gets dark. From the first day that we've met, you've made me feel happy, and you've made me feel safe, you've made me laugh, you've been my best friend, as well as the man that I'm madly in love with. We've been through so much together and come out stronger and stronger, and as the years go by, I can't think of a better way than to celebrate our love on our 11th year together than to get married to you today. I love you and I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with you, by your side as your wife. I promise to be there for you as you've been there for me, and to love you forever, to the moon and back. And I'd like to end with a quote from a poet. Grow old along with me, the best is yet to be.
Thank you. And at this time, I'd like to ask for the wedding rings. Thank you.
Just have to remember which one's which. Thank you.
May and Chris, the wedding rings are a symbol of longevity in the marriage covenant. The circle of the rings symbolizes the never-ending circle of love and commitment that you are making. Therefore, May and Chris always see the best in each other each day that you are together. And when you look at the beauty of these rings, remember the love that you have for each other is forever. And at this time, I'd like to ask Chris to present May with her wedding ring, the ring finger.
Remind me which way around it goes.
It's like a
Is that comfy?
Please show the ring to that camera. That's a.
There you go.
There you go. And continue to hold hands.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry.
And at this time, Chris, look into May's eyes and please repeat after me your ring ceremony. May,
Mate,
I give this ring to you
I give this ring to you
as a sign of my love.
as a sign of my love.
I give myself to you
I give myself to you
to be your husband.
to be your husband.
From this day forward,
From this day forward,
you shall not walk alone.
you shall not walk alone.
I feel so honored to have you as my wife.
I feel so honoured to have you as my wife.
I vow to love and sustain you
I vow to love and sustain you
in the covenant of our marriage
in the covenant of our marriage
as long as we both shall live.
as long as we both shall live.
Thank you, Chris. And at this time, May please present Chris with his wedding ring. And please show the camera that ring.
Hello.
More natural.
Just a hand model.
Yeah.
Hello. We all got it. Thank you. Sorry.
And May please look into Chris's eyes. Repeat after me your ring ceremony. Chris,
Chris,
I give this ring to you
I give this ring to you
as a sign of my love.
as a sign. Sorry.
Also, as a sign of my love,
As a sign of my love. Sorry, it's still waves.
I give myself to you
I give myself to you
to be your wife.
to be your wife.
From this day forward,
From this day forward,
you shall not walk alone.
you shall not walk alone.
I feel so honored to have you as my husband.
I feel so honoured to have you as my husband.
I vow to love and sustain you
I vow to love and sustain you
in the covenant of our marriage
in the covenant of our marriage
as long as we both shall live.
as long as we both shall live.
Well, May and Chris, we have been witnesses to this special day. Therefore, all of us here recognize that you have become husband and wife. And all of us here and your families and friends shall honor you as the same from this day forward. So may you love to live and live to love, be joyful and thankful, and always remember this place in your heart. And at this time, I'd like to ask you to seal your vows with a kiss. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Mr. and Mrs. Chris and May Oren. Aloha! 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 That was a Viking calling.
You know we were.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
May,
Yeah,
congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Chris,
Thank you.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
The thing I remember about the first time I met Chris was it was a mutual friend that had introduced us, and he, as soon as I stepped into the bar, I just remember him standing up, offering me his seat, getting me a drink, you know, and just getting quite flustered. So I kind of had an inkling at that point that he might have been interested. But yeah, no, he's always just been able to make me laugh and just make me feel really comfortable, and yeah, love him to bits.
Oh, that's great. Well, what happened when you were getting engaged?
When we got engaged, I think he had it quite easy actually. We were looking around in a jewellery store. I was looking for a pair of earrings, and he saw the ring and said to me, "Why don't you try that on?" And I didn't want to assume anything, so I tried it on my right hand instead. And he said, "No, no, no," and he pointed to my wedding finger. And he said, you know, I tried it on, said it was a very pretty ring, and he said, "So what if I got it for you? What if we got engaged?" So he, yeah, it took me completely by surprise. Quirky things. He's. There's so many, but I mean, there's little things like it's not so much quirky, but when he smiles, one of the things that I love most about him are the little lines that appear on the side of his eyes, and yeah, he's got beautiful eyes that just yeah, sort of hazily green sort of colour, a bit of everything in there, and it's just, yeah. So it's not quite quirky, wasn't quite answering the question, but I think, yeah, those are the things that
Has he ever sang to you?
Has he ever what, sorry?
Sang to you?
Not really, no. He's silly songs, but not properly. I've caught him in the shower a couple of times, and he's actually got a beautiful voice, but he doesn't really sing properly in front of people, including me, so... Yeah.
And who has the cats?
Who has?
Do you have cats?
We do. We have 2 cats, and yeah, one of them absolutely adores him, follows him around. The other one tends to sort of do the same to me. So seems to be yeah, a nice equal yeah, equal access to the cats.
That's a tricky one because she kind of knows what I like about her. We've been going out for so long, there's not really much that is kept secret anymore. It's all laid bare, foibles and all. So I do like it when she gets a little frown on her face though when I've upset her. It does make me laugh. Not supposed to say that, am I? Yes, I like it when she gets mad. Yeah, so no, I just love everything about her. She's lovely.
So before you asked her to marry you,
yeah.
Did you have a plan?
No.
Can you tell us anything quirky about the plan?
No, there was no plan. No plan whatsoever. I'd even forgotten what ring size she was, what she even liked, style, shape. We went shopping and we were looking for rings, just in general for her to replace a load. And I pointed at a couple that I thought looked nice, and she tried the first one on. I said, "Oh, do you like that one?" And she was all quiet, and I went like, "Well, how about if I make that the one?" And she just looked at me and I went, "You know," she didn't quite get it. I blagged it, you know, it was 10 out of 10 for blag. It was straight up like, don't know what she wants. She picked it herself unwittingly and I just waded in with a credit card. You know, what can I... Yes, you romantic you. Yeah, so that's what it was like.
When you first saw her?
When I first saw her, which was a very long time ago, over 11 years ago, I thought she was amazing. She walked into the room and I went, "Oh my God, what's that?" And then I realised it was her. But she was not, I'd never even met her before. She was a friend of a friend. And she just walked in and I went, "Oh, hello. Don't mind if I introduce myself." And yeah, she's, yeah, 11 years later, poor girl. Stockholm syndrome, isn't it? I think she likes me. So, it's all good.
Did she go out with you the first time you asked her?
No. No, it was complicated, that's what she said. So I kept asking, and eventually she gave in. Poor girl.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I've heard of once in a lullaby. I someday wish upon a star.